All right. We're going live. Let me check if everything is ready here. Cool. All right. So let's get things started. All right, guys. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever you are in the world. My name is Demian Borba. I work at Adobe, focused on Adobe XD. Today I'm by myself here, but normally I do this with Lindsay Moreau, but she is right there. The opposite way. Yeah, she's right there, back in San Francisco. And if you have any questions, we also have Kayla there in San Francisco. If you have any questions, please use this time for that. You can ask any question regarding XD, things about features that are not there, questions on how to do things, how to I don't know, like just share your ideas. This is really for you guys to sync with us. So any questions, please feel free to ask. It looks like everything is right here. Let me just check if people are coming from other places. We have the chat here. Nice. Yeah, so let me know where you're tuning in from. I'd love to learn more about your country, your city there. Today we're going to talk about UI kits and a little bit of more things, but mostly UI kits. There's amazing resources that can help you a lot with XD. All right. We have people coming in. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Again, this is really for you guys. For the ones that are tuning in now, my name is Demian Borba. I work at Adobe, focused on XD. I was one of the first product managers working on XD, and here we are. All right, cool. Let me switch to my screen here, and we're gonna start talking about actual work here. So let's go. Wonderful. So today again, my plan is to talk about UI kits and resources in general that you can find for XD. We have lots of things published regarding resources for you guys to use. So this is just an overview of pretty much everything you can find out there. I'd like to start with this one. It's called the Deco Icons. It's an icon set created by creative minds. And you can see here you have very good icons. Let me just make sure things are there. I think I hear an echo. Let me just make sure I don't have an echo there. Is it better now? Let's check. Make sure things are not being captured. All right, first time trying this new setup. Always good things. Let me check with all right, let me check here one thing very quickly. I just want to make sure I'm not playing too loud for you guys. And that's it. Let's see here. Main camera, we're not getting more sound. Wonderful, we should be good now. All right. Wonderful. It looks like we're good now. So back to the stream. Again, I want to talk to is it back now? Let's see here, 1 second. Let's just check everything is right now and go from there. All right, we're good. Thanks, guys. Sorry for the echo there. So we're trying this new setup right now, first time, and live streaming is awesome, but it has a lot of small challenges. All right, cool. We're good now. All right, so back to the stream today. My goal here is to talk about UI kits, right? I want to show you a lot of different resources that you can find in terms of UI kits and all little icons and stuff. And I like to start with this one called Art Deco Icons by Creative Minds. So this is a set of icons that you find here, and Literally everything is a very well designed icon here. And to celebrate this one specifically, we did a contest. So we asked you guys, designers, to design anything using XD, using these icons, and winners there would get the winner there would get a brand new computer, MacBook 13 inches with a touch bar, the best one there, and 1 year of Creative Cloud with all apps, including Photoshop, Illustrator, everything, all the apps for 1 year. So that's an amazing prize. And for this time, we have 2 winners, one on Dribbble and one on Twitter. So let me announce the winners now. So the first winner that created a design, a splash screen using this set of icons is Phil Bowles. So congrats, Phil. You got a brand new computer, and Kayla is there to reach out to you directly. So you just got a brand new computer and 1 year of Creative Cloud with all apps. Amazing, amazing. Congrats. And the second one on Dribbble is Waddle and Daub, and I think that's the name. Wonderful. Yes, it's the mic. Wonderful, wonderful. So congrats there, and again, we will reach out to you to make sure you get everything there. And congratulations. So you got brand new computer and 1 year of all apps Creative Cloud. Let me see if anyone has a question here. All right. We're having some questions. Hey guys, good. All right. And we're gonna have another contest announced in a couple days on Wednesday. So stay tuned for that. And as soon as I know more about the details, I'll share with you. So stay tuned for that. We're gonna have more being given away right there for you guys. All right, so back to the stream here. So that's using the UI kit with the icons, right? And all the UI kits that you can download in XD, they have this instructions portion where you can find information. Sometimes things are in the assets panel here. For example, all the icons are here, and if you have questions about XD or how to use this or that, please let me know, and we go from there. All right, so let me show you more. So how can you find the UI kits? Oh, let's see, there's one question right now. Any plans for dark UI? Not yet, but you can go to adobexd.uservoice.com, and I'm sure there is one there, one feature request asking for the dark UI, and please go there and upvote on that one. And if it becomes a higher priority, we have so many things to finish before we get there, but not yet, but it's there in User Voice, and you guys can help us prioritize that even more. All right, let's get back to like how can I find more about UI kits, right, or resources in general. Anytime you have XD open, you can go to File, Get UI Kits, and here you can pick, let's say, Apple iOS, Google Material Design, Microsoft Windows. These are all UI kits hosted by these companies. So Apple hosts one, Google another one, and Microsoft another one. Just to give you an example, if I pick the Google one, this is just a link to our website where you can find UI kits for different tools and platforms. But one thing that you can see right off the bat is that XD has the smallest file size. So here you have 2 megabytes compared to, I don't know, like all the others here, a lot bigger. And again, XD is not only the fastest UX design tool out there, but it's also the one that produces the best file size, the smallest file size. So this is the one for Google, and if you wanna, you download, it's just an XD document. I already downloaded it, so let me show you that. It's here, and I can open that in XD. And this UI kit is really good. It has all the different pieces that you have. So it has some instructions up here. You have the version. You have where you can find more information about guidelines. You also have all the let's say, design system here before you get into components. Not saying that components are not part of the design system, but you have the typography, colors, like the basics of a design system. You have some icons there, and this is here for you to use on canvas. It's literally copy and paste, but you can also have that in your assets panel. So you have your colors, you have your character styles, all the symbols here for you to use, icons, little pieces, and to start using things. Let's say I want to start typing, so I would say Adobe XD Weekly, and I have that text there. Now if I want to apply a text style that's saved here, I just select that text and I go here and I select which style I want, and it's right there. That's how I use it. Another way of doing this is if you go back to that original one, let's say I select this text style here, let's get this one, medium, for example. I can copy, Command C, and then I can select the text, right click and paste appearance, and this will paste all the properties of that element that I just copied. In this case, color, character style, and that helps you get there as well. Cool. So that's the one from Google, and then it's very easy to start using these things, right? You can just, let's say I'm doing an app like Instagram. I can go here, copy this, create a new document. Let's say it's an iPhone project. Actually, it will be an Android one, right? Because it's Android. And then I can paste that, and I can then make this scroll. And one thing that you can do is, let's get that top part right here, the status bar. So I will enter here, copy, go here, paste. I already have that start bar, the status bar up there. Cool. And then I can, let's say when I create a list of elements here, I can select all the elements I want to repeat. Then I can call the repeat grid tool, like Command R or Control R on Windows, and I just repeat it vertically, like no problems at all. Let's do 3 elements, and I can change the padding like that if I want. I can move it down a little bit, and I can even do this. If I need to adjust my padding, I can use this scrubber here to do it here, or not the padding, the scrollable area. I can adjust it here, or play with the where the fold starts right there. And if I play here, that element is now scrolling. Then I can start playing with this, right? Like I'm designing this and I want to make sure this is black, and now I need some colors. Let me get some elements here that I can populate, and you know the repeat grid is really good for that. So I can get faces of instructors to go there, and every face goes to a separate element there. I can have pictures for, let's say I'm teaching people how to cook stuff or do sports. Again, drag it there, and every picture goes to a separate place. And the cool part is if you play with one, all the others play as well. So it's very easy to adjust these things and go from there. Cool. And this is how you start using, and let's say I'm just in the process here of creating an Android app. I can change the color to the background color there, and I can start playing with that UI kit very easily, copying and pasting elements from that element. So that's one way. So I also have icons, I have different grids here, I have dialogues. Literally just copy and paste. I have awesome sliders, different states for buttons there. If I'm creating forms, I can just copy and paste elements from this guy here. This is a calendar, and again, I need to start using this guy, copy and paste into my project. So this is another one, very, very useful. I highly recommend you guys taking a look at this one. This one is from Google. The one from Apple can be found here. Get UI kits, Apple iOS. And I have one thing to explain about this. We're updating the iOS UI kit, so you can you can go to the official link that's there, and you can see that the one for XD is iOS 11, and you can download, and I have it there. One thing that you can do if you want, if let's say you want to do iOS 12, you can do it in two ways, right? You can download the one for Photoshop and open in XD, or you can download the one for Sketch and open in XD. Remember, XD opens Sketch files and Photoshop files. There's only one caveat to the Sketch one. Sketch released an update that required an update on our end, and we're fixing that. So now in June we have an update for XD that will allow you to open Sketch files created with Sketch 50 and above. If you really want to open today, you have to save as 49 and older, and then you can open in XD. Another way is you can open Sketch and you can copy and paste. You can copy as SVG and paste into XD and go from there. So that's there. That's how you can get the iOS UI kit. Very, very useful as well. And again, you can see file size a lot smaller. So by the time Apple releases iOS 12, everything will be fine. Like I said, in June we're gonna have an update to XD that will allow you to open Sketch 50 files. Wonderful. All right, let's go back here. The other UI kit that I really recommend if you're doing Windows applications, you can go to the Microsoft link here, Get UI Kits Microsoft Windows, and you can see XD has the latest version there, June 2018, and I already downloaded it, and I will show you right here. I can go to my UI kits folder, then Microsoft, and you can see I have instructions there. I can then open this guy, and this one has a lot of good materials. So let me show you what we have there. We have lots of components for Windows 10. We have calendar, light and dark UI. We have some media controls here for if you're doing video prototypes or something. You have also some areas here where you can get checkboxes, a switch, action, like for text boxes there. There's a lot of good materials, and again, if you want to start using this, it's literally copying and pasting. Very, very useful. One thing that I get as a question sometime is if you have a checkbox like this and I want to simulate that, how can I get there, right? How can I fake this scenario where I create a checkbox? So that's easy. We can do it in this way. We can select, let's say, all the elements we want here. Let me go here and select this, guys. I'll create a new document just to show you that. I'll create an artboard. Let's see here for Surface Pro, and I'll paste that element. Because it's a dark UI, I'll make this black so you can get that guy there, black. And let's say I want to simulate that scenario where I click here and I open this one, right, and I go from there. So to do that, one thing you can do is you can create states, so almost like states, you're faking states, right? So what you can do here is I duplicated that artboard. I can now delete this one, and I can say, hey, whenever I tap on this button, I'm in prototype mode. Whenever I tap there on this guy, I want to go to this artboard, dissolve, and I can play here to see that working right there. And we can also, let's remove this very quickly, and then, or not remove, let's just make this transparent so I can select that entire line. And then the one selected, let's say I select that second one, I'm gonna duplicate this again, and in prototype mode I would jump to this one, and now all I need to do is create a scenario where select list item is there. So let's say, I don't know, for some reason this was, let's call this my option, then here I can do my option. my option. Perfect. So when I do that, I can play this. So click here, select that option, click, and that option is selected. Again, this is a way for you to simulate that scenario, and you can have different artboards going to different areas to take you there. So very, very useful. Another thing is, let's say I have lots of images above, and let me add some things here just to make this more realistic. Let's say I have this guy here. I'll paste it here, and let me just change the size. Let's say it's almost like a website design, and I need to make this guy scroll. So let me do that for all the other ones. So I'll copy the height here, and I'll do that here. So I just increase the height. But one thing you can do now is, let's say I want to move this one to, I don't know, like 800 or even more, like 900. So it's a little above the underneath the fold. Let's do 1,000. Cool. And also this one, 1,000, not 100. And also this one. Cool. So now let's say I want to create a scenario where I want to, this happens underneath the after the fold, right? So if I don't do anything and I click here, this takes me to the top of the second artboard. How can we fix that, right? So for that, we have this capability called preserve scroll position. So whenever I click there, I want to go to the target, to the other artboard, but I want to preserve the scrolling position, and I'll do that here as well. Once I do that, now I can scroll no matter how far I go, but if I click here, I'm jumping to the second artboard, but I'm preserving scrolling position. Cool. And that's how you can use that. So again, I'm taking one piece of artwork, a design there from the UI kit from Microsoft, and then I'm creating my prototype by copying and pasting it into my designs. I can even do more, like when I design here, I can activate a layout grid. I know people doing website design, they use a lot of grids. Also for app design, not only web, but for your native apps, you need sometimes guides and grids there to help you. So we have a layout grid to help you there. So that's how you could do that. We have a question here. Are there any plans for a PSD Export save as option? So I'd like to ask you, why do you need that? Sometimes I heard that same question. We heard that same question in the past, and sometimes it's because they want to share with developers, and developers need to use that PSD to create. Maybe that's the case. Please confirm if that's your case. But for that, if you just need to send information to a developer, today you don't need to have it as a PSD unless there's a very specific format there. What you can do is, let me see if I can get an example here. Let's say this entire artboard here. I'll create a new project. And I pasted that artboard there. If you're handing things off to a developer, instead of creating a PSD, what you can do is you can click there on share there, on publish there, and then publish design specs, and you can say my spec. You can even add a password to it if you want to. Then you create a link. Now all the pieces here will be uploaded to Creative Cloud, and once you have that link created, I will copy this link, and let me copy this, and I will open this in my browser. So any developer can get this link. Again, you can add a password if you want, and now a developer can come here and see all the colors that are being used, where they're being used. You can select, let's say, this text, and you can see, I can see measurement. I can hover other elements to see how far they are from each other. And if I'm creating elements here, you can see I can find information, specific information about that here. One thing that we are still working, and that's why it's still called beta here, is we're gonna allow you to extract assets. from this link, but that's not there yet. We're doing the work to get there. So hopefully that's good for you, and maybe that's one of the reasons you are asking for PSD export, and we don't have plans to support that because we have all the investments on that area to hand off items to developers. Focus here on design specs, and this area will evolve a lot and we'll make a lot of progress. So hopefully that answers your question. All right, back to UI kits. So we saw the Apple one, we saw the Google one, we saw Microsoft one right now, and there's more. You can also get wireframes. So if you do a lot of wireframes, we know that XD really is there for you to fail as fast as possible, to learn as fast as possible, to make the best thing as fast as possible. So instead of going far and doing all the designs and spending a lot of time there on fine designs, and then you publish, then you find out it's not the right approach, the idea here is to, let's say you can prototype with wireframes and you can test, you can get a feel for it, and then you go there and you do the high fidelity design on top of it. So this one is very good. It has hundreds of elements that you can use. I already downloaded it here. I can show you right now that it's wires. We have one for mobile and one for web. Let me open the mobile one, and one thing you can see here, it has not only, like I said, design systems, like a little style guide there for your colors, the icons, but it has tons of like the pattern library here with the components, but it has a lot of use cases. So if you scroll to the right, you can see I have sign up forms here, like I can just copy and paste. I have activity feeds, profiles, messaging. So if you're creating a chat app, it's literally just copy and paste. And you can even go from here to a final design. For example, you can come here and let's say I wanna start, I validated my wires and now I need to start designing this for real. Let's say I wanna change this blue from blue to black. Again, I can go one by one if I want, but we have the assets panel here that can help you with that. So you can say, hey XD, give me all the colors that are there, and I can see all the colors that are here. I can then right click and say edit. So everything that I change here, let's say I change from blue to black, and this is a lighter, or it can even be like a colorful one if you're doing like an XD like website or app. And you can see here it's really helping you there, and then you can fine tune and okay, I want that to be white, and these guys I want to be black. Let's see, this one and this one, that one be black and black. So you can see you can change things quickly right from there. And if you want to change, oh, I don't like pink anymore, we have a different color. Again, if I have, let's say I have lots of different screens here and I want to change that pink to a different color, again, I don't have to do one by one, right? I can go here in the assets panel, right click and say edit. Let's say now it's green, and you can see it finds all instances of where that pink is and will update for you in real time. So very useful, very fast. Cool. So going back to the wires, we have lots of elements here, use cases, menus, popovers. You have little pieces for cards that you can use, and very useful charts here. Again, you can copy and paste, you can change the colors. I don't know, maybe even from here you want to change the entire thing from this blue to another thing. You can go here and you can say, hey, we're not going to use blue anymore, we're going to use black. Again, let's use that black, and also this one to a darker black, and you can see the entire thing changes to follow that color set that you have. So now I changed pretty much everything with a couple clicks. Very useful. So you have wires for mobile and wires for web. Cool. And then we have a lot more. I don't think I have a lot of time, but these are the ones you can find right here: Apple, Google, Microsoft, and the wires. But if you click here on more, e-commerce, we just got this one from Daniel White very good Mentor Me UI kit. We had a contest a while ago using that, and it's really good. You can just start using this very easily.